Terrorism. Court strike out Kanu'S suit against George. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. Justice Nnamdi for Federal High Court in Abuja on Friday struck out a suit instituted by the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, against the Chief Judge of the FHC on a secret trial over terrorism charges. This is which had the Chief Judge, Justice John Soho, on the sole defendant was thrown out following its dramatic withdrawal by Kanu. The IPOB leader had dragged the Chief Judge before the court following the adoption of a practice direction that directed the trial of terrorism-related charges to be done on camera. His grounds was that the secret trial policy effected shortly after the federal government slammed 15 treasonable felony charges against him constituted an infringement to his fundamental rights to fair trial. During proceedings, when hearing was to commence on Friday, Kanu, through his lawyer Ifeanyi Ejiofor, announced that he was no longer interested in continuing with the suit. Ejiofor subsequently applied that the matter be struck out in line with the wish of Kanu. Ejiofor told journalists that the action was withdrawn following discovery that the secret trial of terrorism charges policy adopted during the trial of Kanu was not targeted at his client. Okay, we are hearing news that there was a charge that that the indigenous people of Biafra did, and the person of Nnamdi Kanu, that he demanded some things to be done. But on looking at the matter, they don't go discuss them, look and front, look and back, look and sideways, he say no. This matter, pursuing it will not, when you pursue something, and at the end of the day, it's like you're always pursuing nothing. Now you waste your time, now you waste your energy, now you waste your resources. So now waiting they feel about this particular issue. So they can't say make them withdraw. Okay, one thing is sure that Buhari and his useless ministers working around him will all go to jail. Sincerely, I would like to see them go to jail for offenses they committed. If you ask me, in fact, if Buhari and those who are working with him, as in if those who have wronged, who have gone against the Nigerian Constitution, if they all go to jail, as in those who are working under this Buhari administration, I'll be so glad. It means our justice system is still working. That's what it meant. No fight for freedom has ever been free. Even Mandela passed through this. Victory will surely come to pass one day. Okay. The case of Nnamdi Kanu will run its full course. Buhari, that we know will never buy the political solution burger the Nnamdi Kanu's camp is throwing at him. Buhari is a flute-bodied Fulani man. Forgiveness is a rare commodity for him. Probably when Bola Tinubu is sworn in, Nnamdi Kanu might be one of those prisoners that will be released to start a new wave of handshake of peace and justice. God bless Nigeria. Well, this in which this man talks, some people feel come against them. But because I have seen, do you know, okay, you people are aware that the first handshake of the Southeasterners, that the Southeasterners extended to Buhari was, I think was late last year, where Chukwuemeka Ezefi and some other selected few Igbo leaders went to Aso Rock in Abuja, and they were pleading that they should settle this particular issue out of court. That it should be released and they settle it out of court. They pleaded and Barry said, make you no worry, say, Ingo. I say so because this thing now that is happening, like I said before, they went to Abuja to plead with him to settle the matter out of court. But Barry told them to go back home, that he was going to think about it. Only for him to tell them that he does not want to interfere. He does not want to interfere with the processes of the judiciary. Just like, it is, we have what they call separation of powers, where the executive does not interfere with the business of the legislature. The legislature does not interfere with the business of judiciary. So he was saying, he was practicing, and I was saying, so Buhari know what is called separation of powers. I was surprised though. I was saying, so this government knows what they call separation of powers, allowing the judiciary to, run their thing, do their business, trusting that they're going to be just in whatever they're doing, and they keep interfering with the judiciary. In fact, they have weaponized the judiciary. The judiciary is now a tool to the executive. Okay. That was the first one. Then, of course, after that, they have other people pleading and, that, you know, I think after that they came out, and I don't know what, again, Pachukwemeke Ezefe as well came out, and, you know, he said a few things. I think he went, did they go again? I think they went again. They went again, but at the end of the day, nothing was done. So this man has analyzed the situation and said, no, this sitting president is not ready he's not ready for peace. If Nnamdi Kanu has done evil against the state, if not speaking for the liberation of his people, let him remain as you have said. If not so, what is passing through visits you and your generations will never see peace. You never reach like this. Anyway, I'm sure this is a reply to something. If not appointees and FAG stooge, the caption would have been, IPOB requested judge to struck charge against Chief Judge on secret trial. Of course, we know that the media, I tell you, naturally they believe the media these days. The media go post something, you go to doubt them. Why? Because they are always known for twisting the truth or not coming out with the truth or giving us a white lie. Okay. Nigeria is a lawless country, especially since this regime. These are the reasons why we must close doors for anything called APC again. Those who want Nnamdi Kanu tried in camera for terrorism do not want justice done in the case. If not, they will allow everyone, particularly the news media, free access. Exactly. What is the difference? You hold him hostage, you try him on camera. What is this? To me, it could make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Why don't you do, as in, you know, what do I call it? Allow him to, you know, allow people to come into the court. Let it be like a normal court setting. But unfortunately, they're trying him based on terrorism charges, and they said they don't do open trial if it is terrorism, what's it called, charges that the person is facing. All right. They have used and done few. What is trending now is obedience. Someone should properly inform him. It's a pity that our judicial system, which is supposed to enjoy some level of independence from the government, is now an instrument of manipulation and oppression in the hand of the government. Exactly. Like I said, the judiciary is now a tool in the hands of the government. Meaning, say, now waiting the executive tell judiciary make them do, then go do. There is nothing like separation of powers under this particular administration. Until this administration goes, until they leave, that is when maybe the incoming government will not say, okay, let us now get things right again. They are just frustrating the supreme leader. Soon, he will just send his brother to beg. He will beg in court. Jibril is having fun. I wish Buhari was there to see this. I don't understand what this person is saying. As far as I'm concerned, Buhari has nothing to do in this case. The case still lies in the UK and Britain because Nnamdi Kanu, I know, will not allow anything like dialogue and negotiation after this suffering by Nigerian government. So Nigeria should be ready for division after this humiliation from a government, and its court finally it will end up in referendum. I don't believe in the Southeast politicians because the people of the Southeast have made up their minds. I mean the people, not politicians and the schools. The fight has gone beyond political. Both diaspora and home have made up their minds. All right, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come